Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Space, and today is a special one, as the Amazing Digital Circus has finally come to an end, after dropping its finale, episode 9, and the community is definitely divided on it. I've been to the cinema to see it, and I have thoughts. This is a spoiler-free review, so if you haven't seen the finale yet, you're safe to stay. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We have a lot to discuss. Now, usually I'd start with a recap of the episode, but to avoid spoilers, we'll just jump straight into my thoughts. Also, to preface, I went in completely blind. I hadn't seen any leaks, just the trailer. Now let's begin with the positives. The screening included the Amazing Digital recap, narrated by Kane, followed by episode 8 and 9 back to back. Seeing episode 8 again on the big screen completely changed the experience. It didn't feel like YouTube at all. It actually felt cinematic. This is the way to watch it. And a huge part of that was the audience. Everyone there was clearly a fan. People from all different points in the show's run, even cosplayers. I saw Kane and King a duo handing out little pins, and I even got a last act one. The atmosphere was just insane in the best way. People singing along, reacting to big moments, and clapping at the end. It genuinely made the whole thing feel like an event, rather than just a screening. And yeah, I even picked up one of those popcorn tins. Definitely overpriced, a little basic in design, but still a fun souvenir. But beyond the experience itself, the actual presentation of the last act was incredible. The animation is once again top tier. I say it every time, but it really holds up. The visuals looked fantastic throughout. The character development in this episode was also a major highlight. We get a much deeper look into who these characters really are, and by the end, you feel like you understand them more than ever. Although one character definitely gets a lot more focused than the rest, but we'll come back to that later. This episode is also very emotional. As someone who's followed the series since day one, it was really satisfying to finally see it come to an end. I cried multiple times. If you've seen it, you'll know exactly which moments I mean. Even with its darker tone, there still were a couple of moments that managed to be funny, which helped balance things out. The flashbacks were one of the things I was most excited to see going in. Finally seeing Jax, Cosmo, and Ribbit's friendship, and how it shaped Jax, is something that a lot of fans have been waiting for. And it absolutely delivered. Those sections do take up a large portion of the episode, but honestly, I think it was worth it. Seeing Ribbit and Cosmo's fate unfold in context makes it even more tragic. They really don't deserve what happened to them. On top of that, there were quite a few answers to long-running questions. Some fan theories get confirmed, others get debunked. It's also very satisfying on that front as well. And finally seeing the ending. For a 3-year journey of episodes, I thought it was really strong, and a satisfying conclusion. I went online afterwards, and I was surprised to see a lot of mixed reactions. But personally, I really liked it. It felt complete and satisfying, not a rushed cliffhanger or a cop-out ending. Even the credits were a nice touch, with little 2D animations, and an extended version of Digital Days. And if you're planning to watch it yourself, make sure you stay after the credits for a special scene. However, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are still a few things that I didn't like, so let's talk about those now. First of all, I really hope you like Jax, because this episode is basically Jax the movie. He takes up a huge amount of screen time and gets the majority of the character development. Now, Gooseworks, the writer of the show, has said multiple times that Jax is her favourite character. And honestly, it shows. Compared to the rest of the cast, there does seem to be a lot of favouritism towards him. It even raises the question of whether Pomni, who is supposed to be the main character, gets slightly sidelined in comparison. As a result, some of the other characters feel like they get less development than you might expect from a finale of this scale. But who knows, maybe Goose just enjoys fighting Jax. That said, while I did love the ending overall, there are still a few loose ends and unanswered questions that feel like they really should have been addressed. I won't go into spoilers, but it is noticeable when you're watching it. Another thing is the pacing. The runtime is almost double the usual, which is great. It gives the story more space to breathe and wrap things up properly. However, the pacing does feel a bit uneven in some places. Some sections feel rushed, while others drag slightly longer than they needed to. For example, the opening segment with the cast reacting to Kane's deletion feels a bit stretched out, just to fill runtime. My final point is the use of music. There are a few moments where out-of-universe songs are used during montages, and while they're not bad, they do feel a little bit out of place at times. It occasionally feels like an original instrumental score might have worked a little bit better. However, there is one exception, and it's very obvious when you see it. That one absolutely elevates the scene and works perfectly. In conclusion, I really enjoyed the Amazing Digital Circus The Last Act. At first, I was quite conflicted about it, but after sleeping on it and thinking it over, I've definitely grown to like it a lot more. That said, I do think I need another rewatch just to fully take everything in. Right now it's only in cinemas, but it'll be releasing on YouTube on June 19th. When that happens, I'll be doing another review, this time with spoilers included, so I can go much deeper into everything. So definitely stay tuned for that. Alright guys, we've reached the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. But now I want to know what you think. Have you seen the finale? Did you like the ending? Let me know down below. But anyway, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!